Okay, so go ahead and stand up nice and tall, right? Shoulders are back and down, abs are in tight. Hang on, I need to change my angle just a little bit. This is putting me too close to the wall. That's better. Okay, so here we go. Let's reach side and tap back. Great, so I'm kind of spreading my fingers wide and I'm pressing my arms back. And remember, go at your own pace. Please don't feel like you need to keep up with me, but I am trying to pull my arms out so I feel it some in here when my arms go out. I feel it across the front of my shoulders down into my arms a little bit. Good, let's do 4, 3, 2, and then arm side, tap side. And again, go at your own pace, but just try to get those arms to go up to about shoulder height. And if this really bothers your shoulders, maybe you just do one arm at a time, right? That's fine too. Any movement is better than no movement. Good. And now heels forward, arms forward. Remember, take your time. We're just warming up, getting moving. No, the heart rate shouldn't really be accelerating too much with these. Good. And then arm side and tap side. So side, 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 side. Good. All right, and let's come forward and go back and forward and back and forward. And remember, if this part's not comfortable for you, you can always skip it and just do them standing still. And of course, if you're sitting, then you're not coming forward and back. Let's make this the last one, and back. Good, so let's go biceps curl, knee up. Biceps curl, knee up. Remember, use a hand on the chair or the wall if you need it. We want to try to bring those knees up without leaning back. So abs are in tight. And we're trying to keep our balance. Let's do each leg one more time. So this is one, and this is the other. Good, and just march. Try to swing your arms, get your legs moving a little bit, right? And let's step those feet out wide and feel it kind of out here. And step back in. Good, and step out wide. Good, and back in. Good, and I don't know about you all, but it's really dry here and I was like totally full of static electricity this morning, but it's somewhat gone away, which is a good thing. And back in. Good, and one more time. My pets hate it when I'm staticky and I touch them. And back in. Good job. All right, so we're gonna slow it down a little bit and we're gonna alternate sides and we're gonna step and punch, step and punch, step and punch. So see if you can punch up at about shoulder level. And try to get that arm out there like you mean it. And pull it back, forward, forward, forward. And again, take your time. If you're more comfortable just doing the arms, maybe try to shift your weight a little bit. You could also just lift your heel rather than stepping. Good, 4, 3, and then we're gonna switch to an uppercut right here. So uppercut, 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 uppercut. So again, you can just do the arms and just kind of shift your weight a little bit, or just lift the heels, or you can actually pick the feet up. And remember, try to pull that elbow back like you're going to elbow someone behind you. Feel it in the back of your shoulder. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Let's plant the feet. Right, bring your arms up here. And we're going to go side, side, side. Either lift the heel or the knee. Side, 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 heel or knee. Side, 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 heel or knee. Side, 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 heel or knee. So the elbows can be down a little bit, but try not to make it just about moving your arms, right? So turn, turn, turn. If you find that you're moving your arms, just drop them down here and try doing it like this. So we take the arms out of the equation. Side, because it is sometimes, you know, it's a lot to think about, all those different body parts. Side, 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 side. Let's do it one more time. Side, side, and knee up. Good. All right, get your chair, right? Pick one leg, knee up, leg back. Knee up, so abs and tight, try to relax those shoulders. Remember, don't worry about going way down like this toward the floor unless your leg can come up equally high behind you. And fingertips are as light on the chair back or the wall as you can manage. And if you need to, put the toes back on the floor. You know, some days we have really good balance and some days we don't. And sometimes when we don't, we really don't. So do what feels right for you today. Good. And set your foot down, shake them out. Sometimes what I really find with balance is if we try to push ourselves too hard, it gets awful. So if we can just try to kind of relax a little bit, and you know how we like to overthink things, so you want to try not to overthink it. So let's switch legs here, right? And go knee up, leg back. Knee up, leg back. So abs and tight, do what you can. It's okay to be deliberate about it. There's nothing wrong with that because every movement that we make, we'd like it to be deliberate and on purpose. And that way we're much less prone to tweaking something or straining something. And we do not like injuries. One more time, how about that? Good job, and set it down, shake out your legs a little bit. All right, let's grab a drink. Right, and then we're gonna get into some balance work. We love our balance work, right? Okay, so have your chair nearby or use the wall and either feet together, one foot halfway in front of the other, or heel toe. And if you're 1 foot halfway in front or heel toe, shift your hips forward a little bit so that there's some weight in the front leg as well as the back leg. Up tall, tuck your chin down a little bit. Fingertips are light on the chair. We're not leaning. 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes. Right. Try to lighten your hand on that chair as much as you can without feeling like you're going to fall or lose your balance. Good. All right. Slowly open your eyes. Good. And step your feet apart. Shake out your legs. So that was 20 seconds. If you closed your eyes and kept them closed till I said open them, that was 20 seconds. Okay. So now we're going to switch legs. Or if you were standing with your feet side by side, just go back to that. Right? Up tall, abs are in tight, shoulders are relaxed, crown of the head lifting, chin is not lifting, fingertips light on the chair, and 3, 2, 1, close your eyes. Breathe. There's about 5 seconds left. Good, and slowly open your eyes and step your feet apart. Good. Shake out your legs. Okay, so now let's balance with our eyes open. And we're not going to do the same balance. We're going to do a different one. So we're going to stand on one leg. Okay, so pick one leg, right? And remember, you can have your foot just barely off the floor. Do what you can. Use the chair if you need to, but try not to lean on it, right? So support with your core. Lift yourself up tall, center your weight, and 3, 2, 1, pick your foot up. Right? Just remember, no one ever stands still like a statue. If you ever see balancing and people are standing still like a statue, it's probably had a little bit of editorial assistance. Good. All right. And set your foot down. Good work. That was 30 seconds. Shake it out. Okay. And we know what's coming next, the other side. So let's get ready. Up tall, abs in tight, crown of the head lifting, chin stays down. 3, 2, 1, pick it up. And remember, it doesn't matter how high. Try to stay really upright. Try not to feel like you're leaning. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Right, put your hands wherever they're more comfortable. Just try not to flap your arms around because that doesn't usually help. Whoa. Good job, and set your foot back down. Woohoo! All right, pick a leg, swing it forward and back. And let's switch. Good work. All right, grab your tube or band. And we're gonna get to that upper body work. So we're gonna shorten it up a little bit. All right, we're gonna bring the arms out in front at about chest height, not way up here at shoulder height, down here a little bit. Right, abs in tight, feet at least hip distance apart, and we're gonna go out and back in. So try to really get that band to come across the center of your chest, right? And press those arms out. Use your core, abs are in tight. We're shooting for 5 more. 5, I know it's getting tired. You can do it. 4, try not to bend your elbows if you can help it. 2, 1, good job. Lower the arms down. Ooh, roll your shoulders forward. Roll them back. That was super fun. Okay. We're going to take one end of it and drop it down on the floor. I'm dropping down my right end and I'm going to step on it with my right foot, and I'm going to hold the other end of my left hand. So if you're using weights, that's fine. Just only use your left arm. Let the right arm relax. Abs are in tight, right? We're standing up tall, and that right arm is, or sorry, left arm is going to come up to shoulder level and back down. And it's going straight out in line from your shoulder, right? So if I was to stand on your right side and look at you, I could hardly see that arm moving. Abs in tight, so we're not leaning back. We're not going like this, right? If it gets to be too hard, then give yourself a little more length in your tube or band, or just drop the handle and do it without. One more time. Good job. Put the handle in your other hand. Roll that shoulder forward. Roll it back. And let's switch. Right, and then abs in tight and arm down and go up, down, up, down. Abs are in tight, right? Keep that arm out in line with the rest of your body. Remember, no leaning back, no going like this. Shoulders not coming up. One side's always easier than the other. One more time. Good work, everyone. Roll that shoulder forward. Roll it back. Shake it out a little bit. Remember, anytime you need to rest, rest. If you need to grab a drink, grab a drink. If you need to sit, sit. You want to try not to stop moving, but it's okay to take a little step back if you need to. Okay, so now I'm going to shorten it back up. I'm going back to my left side. My right hand is coming to the front of my shoulder, and my right elbow is down. My left elbow is coming up. And I'm going to go out and in. And again, that arm is going straight out from my shoulder, and I'm pressing it back and bringing it all the way back in. And this is important. When my arm goes out, my palm is facing forward. And when I come in, my palm is facing my chest, so that I'm really working the biceps and the triceps. Abs are in tight, right? When my arm's all the way out, you can't see it from the right side. And I feel it in my triceps, the back of my arm. Only 2 more, you can do it. Last time. And lower down, good job. Roll that shoulder forward. Roll it back. Whew. All right, you know what's coming next. We're gonna switch sides. So now the left hand's gonna come to the front of your chest or shoulder, elbow down. Right elbow's gonna come up. Right, elbows back in line with the shoulder, and we're gonna go out, in. Make sure you adjust the length of your tube or band if you need to. You know, one side is always stronger than the other. Try not to let that elbow drop down. It really wants to. Tell it, it is not necessary, right? And make sure you're getting that arm back and keeping it in line with the rest of your body. So when it extends, you can't see it when you're looking at you from the side or from the other side. Don't forget about your abs, abs in tight. 2 more, you can do it. Good job, lower the arms down. Let's set this aside for a moment or 2. Roll your shoulders forward, roll them back. Woo. All right, now I did say we weren't going to do a whole lot of lower body, and we're not, just a little bit. So we're going to come behind the chair and make sure that you're standing up nice and tall, right? Not standing at an angle. Hands are light on that chair. If we're closer to the chair, it's a little tougher to lean on it. So that's why I like to be close to the chair. And then I'm going to take one leg back, and that leg is straight. And I'm squeezing my tush, and I'm lifting. And it's coming off the floor, but it's not coming so high that it's pushing me forward. And breathe. Up and squeeze, pinch, squeeze. Make sure when that foot lands on the floor that it's not jarring your toes and up your leg. Woo, squeeze it. It feels great. One more time. Good job. Step both feet back away from the chair a little bit. Push your hips back and push your chest down toward the floor. Woo. That feels good to stretch. Good. Abs and tight. Inhale. Straighten up. Step back and close to the chair. The other leg goes back. Up tall. Abs and tight. Hands light on the chair and pinch up. Remember, if it leaves the floor, great. If it doesn't, so be it. Of course, you're going to feel it in the first side that you worked as well, because it's already tired. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. And again, step back a little bit. Push your hips back and your chest comes down toward the floor. Shoulders are back. Think about keeping that spine as long as you can. Abs are in tight. Very good. And abs in tight. Inhale and stand up. Good. Remember, it's fun. Okay, so grab your tube or band again, and it's going to come back behind us. Right? And we're going to shorten it up a little bit. And let's see. Let's do this. Let's alternate sides. Okay? So hang on one second. All right. So we're going to go up, like that. And we're going to stay up until we're done staying up. So are we ready? Here we go. Up, up. And remember, if it's too much to do the arms and the legs, you could always do arm, arm, leg, leg, or just do the arms. Do try though to straighten that elbow and bend it. Straighten and bend, straighten and bend, straighten and bend, straighten and bend, straighten and bend. Notice it's not going straight up toward the ceiling. We're going to do 4 more. So 2 on each arm. And last one. And then we're going to go across, across. And again, we're straightening and bending, straightening and bending, straightening and bending, straightening and bending, straightening and bending. Push, push. If your arms are getting tired, lengthen your tube or band if you can. And if you can't, work with it as long as you can, and then drop it and work without it. 2 more on each side. 2 and 1. Good job. Plant your feet, lower your arms down. Ooh. Shake out your arms, roll your shoulders forward. Roll them back. Ha! We felt that one. Okay, now we're going to step on it with both feet. Okay, feet apart a little bit. Make an X. Put your hands on the front of your legs. So you want to feel like there's quite a bit of resistance on that tube or band if you have one. If you don't have one, then you're maybe not using your lightest weights. Now, the arms are not doing anything because they're only moving because they're attached to the shoulders. So we're going to pull the shoulders back and pinch the shoulder blades. Pinch, right? So like this, pinch, 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 right? And shoulder blades are squeezing together. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So again, I'm using as little grip as I can so that I'm not dropping the handles, but I'm also not killing my fingers. And that way I can try to relax my arms and really feel it in my back muscles. And of course, abs are in tight, chin is tucked, just a little bit. Let's do 2 more. Good job. Ooh, lower down. Now I'm going to drop mine for a second. Roll your shoulders forward. And then roll them back a time or 2. Good job. Okay, now we're going to work the backs of the legs. Right? So we're going to step the feet apart. We're going to shorten the tube up or the band up a little bit. If you want to stand in front of your chair, do. And I did say that we weren't doing a lot of lower body, which we're not, but we have to do the staples, right? So relax those shoulders, abs in tight, glue your hands, push back, up, squeeze your tush. Push back, chin stays down, inhale, lift up, squeeze your tush. Abs are in tight, push back into your heels, stand up, squeeze your tush. As you come forward, you're looking at the floor, not out in front of you, up and squeeze. Those abs are in as tight as you can get them and try to hold them in. They'll thank you later. Up and squeeze. Really push back so you feel it in the backs of your legs, up and squeeze. And push back, up and squeeze. And push back, up and squeeze. And push back, up and squeeze. Push back, up and squeeze. Push back, up and squeeze. Back, up and squeeze. Let's do 3 more. Push back, up and squeeze. Push back, up and squeeze. 1 more time. Push back, up and squeeze. Good job. All right, come off the tube or band. Set it aside, or if you're using weights, set those aside, right? Put a hand on the chair or the wall. Swing your legs forward and back. Right, and then we're going to switch. Try to make sure that that leg is actually going back. Sometimes the legs like to do this, where they're not actually going back. Well, the top of the leg isn't going back, just the lower leg is going back. And that's not accomplishing what we want to accomplish, because the swing back is for this part of the leg. But if this part of the leg only goes here, it's not stretching. Good job. Okay, now, usually with the tuber band, we'd work triceps, but we're going to do that with weights. So grab, not too light, but light-ish weights. And we're going to bring them behind us. And I'm hoping that you can see. So I'm holding them behind me. I'm standing up tall. And I'm going to go out, in, up, down. So I'm going out. They're coming away, back in, up, down. Right, they're not going way out here, just a little bit, just clear of my legs, and back in, and then up and down. Okay, so here we go. Out, in, up, down, out, in, up. Try to relax your grip, up, down. Stay as upright as you can, so try not to let it push you forward, up, down. And if the arms get tired, great. That's what we want. You want to feel this in the backs of your shoulders and the backs of your arms, which are the triceps. Let's see if we can do 4. Relax your grip as much as you can. 2, mine are getting tired. Last one. Ooh, good job. Woo. Shake those arms out a little bit. Now, biceps curls. We're going to do these a little bit differently, right? So we're going to go up, 2, down, 2 or 3, right? So just try not to go up and then drop them down, right? So pinch your elbows in. So elbows are under your shoulders, right? And abs are in tight. I'm going to go up, 2, down, 2, up. Try to relax your grip, down, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Shoulders stay back, 2, down, 2, up, 2, down, 2, up, 2, down, 2, up, 2, down, 2. Good. Let's do 2 more. Up, 2, down, 2, and up, 2, down, 2. Good job, everyone. Set the weights down. Ooh. Shake out your arms. Maybe loosen up your shoulders, rolling forward, rolling back. I'm going to grab a drink. Okay. Now, we're going to give the upper body a little bit of a break, and we're going to sit down and stand up. So if you want to grab weights, grab weights. If you want to do it without weights, that's fine too. Gonna leave that up to you. So let's start standing today, unless of course you're doing them all seated. And if you're doing them all seated, you're out at the front of your chair, ankles are under your knees. You're gonna pick your feet up as high as you can without leaning back. Okay, so if you're sitting and standing, arms are either down by your sides or up by your shoulders. Don't cross them in front because that makes the shoulders round a little bit. You don't like round shoulders, right? Make sure your feet are wide enough apart. Make sure you know where your chair is. Here we go. Down lightly like a snowflake and back up. Lightly, all the way back up. So what I think about when I'm lifting is I'm pushing up through my heels and I'm coming up really tall. And my abs are in tight. Remember, this is a really important skill to have. Now, if you need to push yourself up with your arms, then do. Right? Because we all have to build strength in the way that we're capable of doing. Make sure you're breathing. Abs are in tight. Let's see if we can do 5 more. Right, that one didn't count because we were already in it. This is 1, 2, you can do it. 3, 4, last time, 5. And then go ahead, set the weights down, sit down, right? Bring a knee into your chest, right? Holding just below the knee in front, stretches out the front of the leg more. Holding back here, stretches the back of the leg. Good job. And release, and let's pick up the other one. Good job. Go ahead and stand up. I'm going to move my chair out of the way. We're going to get light weights. Okay. We're going to bring the arms up this way. They don't have to be straight. Remember, you can have a little bend, right? Feet apart. This is important. So we're going to go elbow down and either lift your heel or lift your knee. And then we're going to alternate. Okay. So if you need to do them on one side and hold on to the chair, and then I'll tell you when to switch, or I'll tell you when we're halfway through, okay? So abs and tight, here we go. Up, 2, switch. The elbow doesn't have to come very far down. If you're doing one side, switch here. Feel those shoulders? One more each side. Good job. Slowly lower the arms down. See if you can roll your shoulders a few times. Good. And then bring your hands up here. So my palms are facing the front of my body, right? Feet are not too wide apart. We're going to go turn, turn, turn. Either lift the heel or pick the knee up. Turn, 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 heel or knee up. Turn, turn, just like we did in the warm-up. Turn, turn, turn. Now, if you find yourself pulling your arms and not really turning your body, lower your arms down and turn, turn, turn. Think about shoulders, 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 knee up. Shoulders, 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 knee up. Try to feel it in your midsection, maybe even a little bit in your back. Knee up. Knee up. Or heel up. Right? My abs are in really tight. Turn, turn, turn. Remember, the arms are like numb, like they can't move on their own. Let's do each side one more time. Knee up. Good job. Lower your arms down. Good. Set those weights down. And again, roll the shoulders forward. Roll them back. Shake them out a little bit. Okay. Now, I did tell you we were doing upper body, right? So we're going to do one more set of shoulder blade pinches. So we're going to get heavy weights and pinch those shoulder blades. And then we're going to do those because we love them. All right. So grab your heavy weights for some shoulder blade pinches. And remember, it's a pinch, not a shrug. So a shrug is up and down. We don't want that. We want back. Okay, so abs and tight, arms are down by your sides, and we're pinching back and relax, and pinch back and relax. And try to feel between your shoulder blades, right? Squeeze back. Squeeze back. Squeeze back. Squeeze back. Good. Squeeze. And really feel the shoulders go back into shoulder blades. Pinch. Pinch. Make sure that the release is kind of gentle, not too abrupt. How about 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work, everyone. Let's set those weights down. Ooh, big shoulder rolls forward. And roll back. Okay, now last little bit of strength work, and you know how much strength you have back or you have left. We're gonna do 8 in each direction. So get a weight that you can do 8 in each direction. And remember, the halo looks like this. We start in front of the forehead and we circle all the way around the head. No fair going like this over the top. Try to get those arms back here. Okay? Pick a direction. Try not to move your head either. Right? And here we go. 2. Try to count because we're not all going at the same pace. Once you get to 8, then you change direction. Try not to hit yourself in the head. Remember, the head is staying still. Right? And when you get to 8, change direction. Right? And try to get all the way around your head. Abs are in tight. Woo, my arms are feeling this. When you're all done, set the weights down or weight down. You did it. All right, roll your shoulders forward. Roll them back. Stand up nice and tall. Think about lifting the crown of your head upward without lifting your chin. Remember, if you made a fist like this, it should fit with your pinky knuckles in the notch between your collarbones and your chin resting on your thumb. It should fit like that, right? And then see if you can just turn your head and look side to side. We want the head to stay upright. Sometimes it's really hard to do that. We want to tilt it, right? But try to really focus on keeping the top of your head over your jaw. And just turn side to side. So this is a little bit quicker because we just want to loosen those muscles. Right, okay. So now turn your head, look over your left shoulder, bring your chin down towards your left collarbone. Try to relax your shoulders. Right, feel that stretch actually in the left side of your neck. I feel it. Again, we want to try to keep the head upright and try to keep it from tilting. Lift your chin, look front, and then turn and look over the right shoulder and chin down towards your right collarbone. Shoulders stay back. Ooh, and feel that right side of your neck stretching. You know, we feel it where we're tightest. So if your neck isn't tight, you might not really feel it in your neck. But for most of us, our necks are kind of tight. Good. And lift your head and look forward. And just go side to side a few more times. Good. Okay. Now, take your hands. And if you can, interlace your fingers. Press your palms out in front of you like this, and then lower them down so your hands are like in front of your chest. Drop your chin, round your back, kind of pull your shoulders forward and think about pressing your spine out behind you. And make sure those arms are down lower than your shoulders so you feel it right across your back. Right? Now remember, this is the only time I'm ever going to tell you to round your back. So I hope you're enjoying it. Good job. And see if you can inhale and reach up tall. The hands can come apart. Good. Lower your arms down. If you have a rod or a pole or a cane, grab it real quick. We're going to use it to stretch out our chest muscles and our arms a little bit. Right? So if you don't have it, just hold your arms pretty far away from your legs like this. Just, you know, pretend you have one, right? And then you're going to raise them up, down, up, down. So we want to try to really keep the elbows straight. And if the hands are too close together, the elbows are going to bend. We don't want the elbows to bend, right? So when we come up, try to pinch back just a little bit and feel it right where your arm joins your torso or your shoulder. And back and down. And of course, if this bothers you in a way other than stretching, then don't do it. Try to keep your chin tucked down a little bit, right? So we're not going up with the head or forward with the head. Let's do just a couple more. One more time. Good job. And set it down. Whew, feel that right in here. And let's go side to side, side to side, side to side. Right? So we're rotating. And this rotational movement is really good for the back. We want to try not to rotate the hips too much, right? And of course, if you have any back issues, then be really gentle. Good work. All right. Now, come behind your chair, not too far behind your chair. Push your hips back. Press your chest down toward the floor. Abs are in tight. Keep going with this. I don't know why. My nose is running. Good. Abs in really tight. Try to push back into your heels a little bit. Feel the stretch down the backs of your legs and up into your low back. Good. Abs in tight and inhale up. And then cross one leg in front of the other. Right, try to make sure your feet are more side by side and not so much heel toe. And then push back again. And we tend to feel this more in the side of the leg that's behind. Now, some people don't feel this much at all. So if you don't feel it much at all, that's fine. It just means you're not tight in the area that we're stretching right now. It's still good to stretch it though. And breathe. Abs are in tight and inhale up. And let's switch sides. Right. And push back. And we usually feel this more on one side than the other. Good. Breathe. Good. Abs in tight. Inhale and stand up. Good work. Have a seat. So sit down toward the front edge of your chair. Now, bring your feet out so that your ankles are under your knees, right? Sit up really tall. Abs are in tight. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. So we're going to work the abs a little bit, right? So we're going to go back, chew, up, chew. When we go back, we're not losing any of that length in the spine. So you can hold on to the chair. Sometimes that helps you to feel. When you sit up, you're going back to the position you started from, not leaning forward. And we're holding. There's one big muscle that runs all the way up and down the front of the abdomen. That's that six-pack ab muscle. That's one big muscle. So we want to feel it from the top to the bottom. Probably feel it more at the bottom, but as we go back, we should feel the top part holding the rib cage down so that it's not going like this and popping up and letting our backs arch. So back, two, forward. Now, if you start to feel this too much in your low back, then stop and stretch out your low back. Let's do two more. Last time. Good work. Reach your arms up overhead. Good. Lower them back down. Pick a side. Scoot over to one side of your chair. Hold on with the opposite hand. So I slid over to the right side of my chair. The left side of my tush is on the chair. The right side is off. I'm putting my right leg back so that my knee is pointing down toward the floor. My left knee is over my ankle and in front of my hip. And then I'm lifting up as tall as I can and maybe pushing back a tiny bit, but it's my whole upper body pushing back and not just my shoulders. So I really feel that stretch in the front of my hip and down the front of my leg. And I'm smiling and I'm thinking happy thoughts like I'm so glad this muscle is stretching, because when this muscle gets really tight, it creates a bit of a cascading effect and not in a good way on other muscles. So abs are in tight. We're going to sit up tall, bring that foot forward and switch sides, right? Hold on. One side of the tush on the chair, the other side up. Try to stay toward the front of the chair. Take that other leg back. The leg that's not stretching, the knee is out in front of the hip and the ankle's under the knee. And we're lifting up tall. And if we can, we're leaning back a little bit. Now this one for me on this side is really tighter than usual this morning, and I can feel it all the way down to my knee. So I feel that pulling all the way down to my knee. If this muscle gets too tight, it really pulls on the quads, the front of the thigh muscles, which pull on your knee. And that's not a good thing. We don't like that to happen. I'm not really sure why this one's so tight, but it is. Good. And inhale up. Bring that leg forward. And if you can, stand up again. Right? Reach your arms up overhead. See if you can flex a little bit over to one side. Right? If this bothers your shoulders, just bring your hands down. And center. And then go over to the other side. And center, and lower your arms down and take a big shoulder roll forward and one to the back. And we are all done, everyone. Great job today, as always. And as always, thank you for joining me. And stay warm and stay healthy and don't let anyone breathe on you. And I hope everyone is able to get vaccinated when you want to get vaccinated. And hopefully I will see everyone on Friday. Take care, everyone.